Having made it to the last 16 in Doha, are the USA the sleeping giant in this year's World Cup? Whether you call it football or soccer, the sport itself is rapidly growing in the United States of America. The national team is now 16th in the FIFA World Rankings, with 13 of their 26 players in Qatar already playing inside Europe's top 5 leagues. The squad itself is stacked with potential, especially when you consider that the average age of the team is just over 25, the second youngest in this year's tournament. I caught up with Griffin Leonard from Ball State University to understand how the Winter World Cup is being digested over in the States. Okay, Griffin, so the World Cup is the biggest international tournament in football. It happens every 4 years. What is the buzz like in the United States?
Well, Ryan, obviously it's soccer here in the United States. It's not the same level that it is out where you guys are. And myself, I'm a huge soccer fan. And obviously that love isn't quite shared by everyone here, but there's still a lot of buzz, a lot of excitement. And the United States team that we have here this year, they're promising, and it's been a lot of fun to watch them. And I think they're exposing some new fans to the sport as a result.
So would you say that this year the support is different to other years? There's been a lot of watch parties sort of published on Twitter. That's where I've seen the appeal. So yeah, would you say there's more people that are supporting and interested this year?
I would say so. It obviously helps that the United States have actually qualified for this World Cup rather than in 2018 where they weren't even in the tournament. Um, there's been a ton of support, a ton of watch parties for earlier in the group stage. I went to one with probably 800 people for the United States England match. That was just a ton of fun. So I think that the opportunity that the World Cup brings to bring more fans into it, and it's just a really exciting time.
Yeah. And then lastly, Qatar being the host, there's obviously a lot of controversy that's going around that. What is the general perception like in the States? Is it negative in the press, or how much attention is being paid to that?
There's quite a bit of attention. I know that there's some controversy. The BBC and Fox covered their broadcast opens very differently. The BBC talked about the situation going on in Qatar, and they highlighted it in decent detail, whereas Fox kind of ignored it, and that got some backlash. But the general consensus out here is obviously that it's wrong, that there's issues that should have been fixed. And I know for me, myself, I'm trying to enjoy the tournament as much as I can despite that. But it's definitely disappointing. I think the vast majority of Americans out here would agree that there's major issues with the site of the tournament.